All right, there we go. Hey, Jimmy, good morning.
Hey, Johnny Boy, how we doing?
Doing good. Tammy, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. So a little change of scenery today.
Yep.
We are taking advantage of what we've been given, which is some jams first. But yeah, gym's not open yet.
Yep.
So we are here bright and early.
Open it up January 1st, 2026.
2026.
It's going to be a great year.
Super good year. Sorry, I'm just taking in all
Yeah.
the sound. We're in
That
a
song
different spot.
takes me
so-
back to Beth's party. That would have been a great karaoke.
Karaoke jam, yeah.
You should do it a little bit. Let's take it back to Beth's party.
No, we'll skip that.
All right.
But
Yeah.
just shout out to Beth because that was the best
Great party.
holiday
Yeah.
party.
It was fun.
Very good.
We had a
Great gifts
blast.
too.
Yes,
Amazing gifts.
Really good gifts.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I do love that the entire rule set for like White Elephant gift was like completely thrown out the window.
Yep.
I struggled with that for the first few people, and I was like, oh, whatever. But yeah.
I don't think there
It's
was
Like,
any.
wait a minute, none of this.
Just
is how
everybody-
Was there
this game-
rules? I don't know.
They're supposed to be,
Yeah.
but in our version, there were not. So that was
Wow.
kind of fun.
Are you surprised?
No, not it. It actually panned out exactly how I thought it would.
Yeah.
Kind of funny. I didn't write it. It just happened. So
Hmm.
cool. But we are here. Yeah, January 1st.
Yep.
The calm before the storm.
Yep.
It's about to get crazy in here. So
Yep. Florida's crazy in general. I had to scrape my windshield. I was a few minutes late because of that.
Yeah. I thought I was
Yeah.
going to be late too because I had to warm my car up so I could see out. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I hadn't been outside yet, and you sent that, and I was like, oh, gee, I might be late too. But luckily, we got a good tree that keeps us from getting frosted. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Well, before we get into too much, because Tammy's got a lot to talk about. And
Yeah,
Tammy, make sure
like
you're talking to
always.
that mic nice and
Okay,
strong. Okay.
like this?
Yes.
To get really close to the mic.
Look how,
Switch
see
the
how I
camera
do
up
it?
a little bit.
You got to put your whiskers on it.
Yeah, you got to get real comfortable with that thing. So
My my go-to gas station that has some unique stuff was closed,
okay,
but I looked in a different cooler of 7-Eleven and I found
Ooh, look at that. It's a buck.
these. They had no prices on them or
With-
anything.
so they just gave them to
Wings.
you.
Well, no.
I know.
Let's
I'm
see.
just kidding.
Black Rifle Energy.
That was $10 worth of drinks.
Okay,
So they
let's
better be
break
good.
them out. Tammy already sort of mentioned it, but we've got our Black Rifle Energy, the Project Mango.
Look at that though. Veteran founded.
Yep. Really cool company. It is veteran founded. It is veteran kind of intended. They do a lot of support for people. Let's drink them.
Ready, Tammy? Can
Yeah,
you hang with us?
I can. Oh, I'm
Oh.
buzzing.
Yeah, these things are full.
Oh.
Do we cheers or something?
Cheers.
Let's do it.
Cheers. Happy
Happy New
2026.
Oh, shoot. These are alcohol. Just kidding.
Didn't stop any of us.
I don't have a client till 10. I'm good. So he'll probably be drunk too.
Those are nice.
Oh, at this,
Yeah,
actually,
not
I like
bad.
the flavor. I'm
Yeah,
glad that you
it's
chose
kind of
that.
it's not a strong flavor. It's like it's almost like a sparkling water kind of and it has a UFO on it, Johnny.
Yeah.
And a flying elk.
Kind of cool. One
Oh
of
yeah,
my,
I guess I call it a buck, but I guess it would be.
one of my buddies hooked me up with one of their like influencer packs of these.
Uh-huh.
So I got all the flavors when they first came out, and like right off the jump, I expected them to be a little bit more like in your face kind of flavor.
Yep.
So I was like, yeah, I don't like them. But after like the second one of each, I was like, you know what? It's actually a nice like subtle,
It is, yeah.
not a punch in the
Especially
mouth.
being like a coffee brand. That's what I was going to. I was like, ugh. I was like,
Yeah.
but I've never had one. Apparently Johnny had. I thought I had something that
No, I'm
Johnny had
excited.
never had.
I
Son
like
of a
that it's
gun.
your first time having it.
It is.
That
I'm
brings
excited.
me as much joy as it being my first time.
Thank you, John.
Aw,
so-
that's so sweet.
Cool. So Tammy's not just here because it's New Year's and she was free this morning. Tammy is one of the biggest wealths of knowledge that I personally know, especially in things that she's really excited about.
Yeah.
So
She's
when-
excited about a lot.
yeah.
And in fact, it was almost nearly 2 years ago. And it's
Yeah.
hard to believe now that we've been doing the podcast for over 2 years.
Yeah, when you take like 6 months off, it's pretty easy to let the dates rack up. So
But
yeah,
Tammy
you're right.
was on here. I think you had just transitioned back from being fitness manager
To Group X manager,
and then you came back here, personal
Mhm.
training again.
which was a blast.
Is there a trend with this?
Yeah, is this the Decision 26 episode?
Well, 2026 is going to be a fabulous year, and
Yep.
and we're just constantly just growing. But I'm still Group X manager, which
Okay,
is
good.
awesome.
Good. Thank you for that.
I love
Being
Group
part
X.
of the Group X
Yeah.
team. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're my manager.
Yeah, I'm glad you're on the team.
Yeah, glad to be here.
We
Yeah.
should put a little peer pressure. You know, the best balance and mobility founders right over
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
Although now balance and mobility is like still kicking amazing backside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am pretty proud of what we've done with that
Yeah.
program. I've
It's
got
pretty cool.
consistently like at capacity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not counting like the holiday month. That didn't really count. But
It
other than
didn't
that,
count. I think
it's crazy.
yeah, 5 days a week, 7 classes total.
Yep.
Before, I think it was just, 3 days a week, and
Yep.
you filled up the room, and now we have it full 7 times
Yeah,
a
it's
week,
pretty
which is
awesome.
awesome
Well,
with
and
a
the
great
name has
team.
changed again. So I was re-listening to the episode this morning, and when I taught it was Just Balance.
Just found.
And then it was Forever Fit on the last episode.
Yeah, and we were making a change, though,
Yep.
because Forever Fit didn't really make
Yep.
a lot of
Sense.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Because I think that was right before I took the class over,
Mhm.
like full time, twice a week.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I think the name is different, right?
Yeah.
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 But
so it's
balance
kinda
and
fun.
mobility makes sense again. So,
Yes.
yeah.
I like it.
Good decision, Group X manager.
Well,
Well,
run
Tammy-
machine.
Anyway,
Tell the people what else you've been doing since last you came back. So you left as fitness manager at Spanish Springs, came back here.
well, I don't like to use the word left. I'm a positive person.
Mhm.
So I accepted the Group X manager position here excitedly. Group X really, truly, I love it. So it was a great opportunity to go back to doing something that's really passionate to me. And then was invited to be the Group X manager at Spanish Springs. So for a time was training with Brownwood and Group X managing both. And then was presented with the ask to be the club manager at Spanish Springs. So for the last year and a bit, have been doing club manager as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been an adventure.
Yeah.
It's been a good adventure. A tough adventure, but a good adventure.
Yep. Johnny and I have partaken in
Yeah.
lots
In
of
the
the adventure
adventure.
parts of it.
All
We
the
are
lifting.
Very familiar with the workings of Spanish Springs.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
even-
finishing a construction project, I've been appreciating your muscles, both
Yeah.
of you gentlemen.
Thank you. We're glad we could do it. Anytime you need us, we're there. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's funny, because that building, especially like being a retrofitted movie theater turned into a gym, kind of imagined from the inside out. It was neat seeing it take shape from like, this is the idea to like now I'm moving treadmills 6 inches over to make sure we get one more up there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, but it worked. The dream, kind of came to life. So it's cool to see it.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's still unfolding. It's still work in progress. I think we always are. It's kind of like us. Brownwood's a work in progress. We're a work in
Yeah.
progress. You're always trying to improve.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's
I want some
goal.
of that turf like y'all got. This stuff's a little wore out, ready to
Mm.
go. We need
Okay.
a new batch in here. See if you can pull some strings
We'll
for
see
us.
what we can do.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
I
Group X thing.
do email Rodney every week.
Yeah.
About Brownwood expansion.
Yeah. It needs to happen.
Yep.
I was telling Tammy, it's funny, like this morning we walked in together and the gym was absolutely empty and it felt so much smaller with nobody in it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, this place is going to have 3,000 people in it at some point today. It's crazy.
Yep.
Like, it's nuts.
It is crazy
Yeah.
when
So
you think
it's-
about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And we do great things out of here, which is really cool, but a little more room to breathe would be just primo. So,
Well, I don't think it would be more room to breathe. I think it'll just be more people
yeah,
Yeah.
true. Right.
in more space.
Yeah,
I
for a
mean,
week, we'll have a little
end
bit
of
of
the day,
room
that's
until we
what's
learn
gonna
to
happen.
utilize
Until
it.
everybody finds out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
And we, Tammy, Beth, and I, when we went to Kansas, we kind of talked about like if Middleton or when Middleton opens up, because it's been announced as far as Middleton's concerned.
Yeah. And it looks like they're digging down there.
Yeah.
Does it?
Like I think
Yeah.
initially we discussed like, yeah, it'll pull some members away, but it's also going to draw in more members that have avoided this place because it's so busy.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Whoever goes to Middleton is freeing up a spot for somebody else that has been not coming here.
Right.
And
So-
we have members that join for the summer.
Yep.
And quit in the winter.
Yeah.
And they go and
Yeah. There's a lot who actually freeze during the snowbird season
Mm-hmm.
because of the
Yeah. It's,
busyness. Yeah.
so it's going to be cool, but it's also just going to be a new group of at capacity people every day.
yeah.
It's
I'm
going
all
to
right
be
with it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because more people.
Yep.
to
That's
affect.
it, right?
Yep.
That's the
Yeah.
goal is getting more people in a gym somewhere.
Mhm.
If they go to Middleton and free up a spot here, just bring them in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And don't mind the phones ringing in the background. That's just people
Wondering if we're open
wondering
yet.
if we're open.
Yep. So-
I'm assuming that if you could have heard Johnny's expulsion of toxic gases on the last episode, you could probably hear that phone.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
true.
no
Yeah.
way.
It
I thought
happens
I'm going back
sometimes.
to listen to it today on the
Yeah.
way home or the way to the gym.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Yeah, we were talking
Every once
about
in a while.
that. We got some listeners, and I can't say I was thinking about Gabby hasn't said anything in that we've repeated recently. So I was wondering like
Yeah, maybe Gabby
if
fell off.
our listening base, and I gave Tammy some crap just now because she didn't listen.
Yeah. Yeah, it is
But
funny.
I'm going to
But
listen.
she's
I'm
here
looking
now.
right at the camera and saying, I'm going to
Okay.
listen.
But we
Yeah.
got
You can ask me tomorrow.
got my boy Cliff.
Yep.
Shout out Cliff, Kevin's client.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
he is up on it. He
He is-
listens. He
As soon
pays
as it comes
attention.
out, yeah.
Like I didn't even realize it had gone live last time. He's like, man, great episode. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, it's
Yeah,
out.
he-
Okay, cool.
He threw me
Yeah.
off. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I was still waiting on YouTube to tell me it cleared, but I guess we're good.
I was like, oh, we got one guy for sure. We got me, Johnny, and Cliff.
So it's funny. I think I mentioned it last week. Kind of like the old Johnny report. We'll kind of do the new listener report. We are maintaining similar numbers. We've just split it right down the middle with YouTube and Spotify, Apple, whatever audio goes through. But I think we've gained, 5 or 6 listeners between both platforms.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. The page even got a new follower that I don't recognize. I mean, it's a YouTube username, so I don't know how I would recognize it, but what the heck? That's weird. That wasn't supposed to happen.
What happened?
I got a text message on my computer.
Ooh. How
was
techie.
odd. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Dude, when you watch the YouTube version, does it seem? I don't know. The audio seems more engaging. There's something I'm trying to figure out that's different on the YouTube. Like I watched the last episode on YouTube, and it seemed like we were taking like long breaks between talking.
Yeah, I don't know.
It seemed like a lot of dead space, and then when I listened to the audio version, it was like, oh no, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We use this Riverside service to do all the video hosting and stuff. And they've got some different things they do with audio and stuff like that. I don't have any settings selected that make it like that, but I'm not sure.
I'll have to rewatch. It was almost like, like you say something and it like cuts out the
Yeah. And it might do a little bit of
something like that.
There might be like a filler word removal tool on there, because I have seen that where it'll take out ums and ands and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we use a lot of those. So
I mean, my vocabulary is limited.
Yeah, it's just going to start blanking out half
That's
the
a pretty
episode.
cool feature.
Yeah,
I think I say after every other sentence.
Yeah, so
yeah.
we'll see.
It's very UP of you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So, Tammy, you got some exciting things that you're working on. Last time you were here, we talked about Parkinson's, we talked about stroke, we talked about using lasers and vision training and all the cool stuff to exercise the brain.
Yeah.
So what's next?
Well, I'm going to expand this year, 2026. We're going to bring in a dementia and Alzheimer's program to our gyms. So I'm excited about that. Been working on, is it going to erase my cough there? My little, we'll see about
Hopefully.
that. Let's just note that.
Fingers crossed.
I know. Yeah.
Didn't erase
Anyway.
Johnny's fart, so.
I'm excited. Had to find out if it does. So there we go. So, anyway, so I've not lost my passion, even in the midst of a ton of administrative work and managing work and construction, for neurocognitive exercise, and the reality that training your brain is actually great for your body. I'd love to see younger people doing it too. In fact, everything we did for strokes and everything we do for Parkinson's, if you start now, and that's why, in our text exchange yesterday, even if people start now, and I know, Jimmy, you were trying to get some of your clients to do some of the vestibular and vision exercises, because it actually makes you a better exerciser. So for sports performance and everything. And the younger we start, and we're actually starting a class here at Brownwood next week called Exercise for Longevity.
Okay.
And it's meant not for somebody who's already aging. It's meant for somebody who's trying to delay the physical aging process. We're not going to stop, obviously, getting a year older, but there's a lot we can do to actually keep ourselves young and vibrant, even as we add years to the numbers to our age. But this year in 2026, not only are we going to launch our Exercise for Longevity program here in Brownwood, we're going to start a dementia program, and we're going to start that one at Spanish Springs first. I think that's the right location for it, and expand it offsite even to some assistant living and some independent living homes. So
Very
I'm
cool.
excited to break out of our 4 walls, and then that's just going to make an opportunity for more things to happen. So, and I guess, talking about neurocognitive decline, actually, when we do programs like Parkinson's program and helping with strokes and helping with Alzheimer's and dementia, we think about the decline or those areas where people are already affected with their brain, but actually there's great cognitive things that we can do neurocentric wise to improve like, prevention, right?
Mhm.
And so, would love to just chat a little bit about our even what we have existing to get our people excited about jumping into some of those programs. And I know I give you a hard time on a regular basis, Jimmy, about things like cardio drumming. But like the science behind cardio drumming, when it was first introduced to our area and then to our gym, got me excited. But also, I think some people just think it's like a ladies who just want to hit a drum and maybe not do the hard things. But the science behind it is very similar to boxing in the sense that the improvement that you find when you're doing things like that in your brain, you become more coordinated, you become actually more healthy in your brain. You've got sensory receptors in your hands that are talking to your brain. You're using all parts of your brain. You're using your in the back, you're using the front, the sides. And I'm not going to act super, I'm a youper. My words are limited, but your frontal lobe, your motor cortex, your whatever that one is, ocular cortex, is that it?
That sounds very
Sounds great,
good,
right?
yeah.
All the places are firing, and then you're using music, and you're using choreographed movements, right? So patterns. When you learn choreography, you actually become smarter. So you should both take up Zumba, so you can become smarter. Johnny, with that shirt, you look like a
Yeah,
Zumba
right.
instructor right now.
Yeah.
Like
Hey, watch it.
like I want
You watch your mouth.
to. Come on. Our gentlemen who teach Zumba, they get a pretty good crowd.
I bet they
like
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
There's and also
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. I like my balance and mobility crew and my boot camp crew.
Do you little dance up there?
No,
Sometimes you don't even like.
absolutely no dancing. None.
You could become so
Nope.
much more
We
athletic if
do
you just dance
some speed skaters across the floor as part of our little walking series
to music.
to music. Yep. And
You
they
hit the beat.
Well, what's funny is I tell them I got 49 people in here right now. I got 49 different ways this is being done. Like some of you are perfectly on beat, like you're shuffling across the square over here. Some of you look like you've never seen your feet before. That's okay. We meet you where you are. We're going to work on this and get better. And they all now turn it into who can do the most elaborate, like theatrical version of a speed skater on beat. You'll see them like sizing each other up across the room. It's
That's
hilarious.
awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
You probably don't even know actually how you're helping them. And like if you could have videotaped them the first day and then progress through it, you'll probably see people who were like completely uncoordinated now hitting the beat,
Yep.
becoming very elaborate. That's not just because they became, coordinated. That's actually brain health. So like
Nice.
you, without realizing it, you're actually like doing things to help people,
Cool.
like neurocentric exercise, just using their brain to help their body respond.
Yeah. I
So
am
Look at you,
and-
smart.
Johnny, like a
Yeah.
neuroscientist,
Yeah.
brother.
That's
Dr.
amazing.
Johnny.
Hell
From
yeah.
now
Yeah.
on, sir. So yeah. Very
And then
cool.
if you started doing it up there,
I mean,
even
like I have
cooler.
a little,
Come on, just do this.
swagger to my speed skater when I do it, but not like them.
You're not going to show us
Yeah,
right
you
now.
look
No, mine's a
super
much
cool when
more
you do it.
athletic speed skater.
Yeah.
I look like I'm going for gold up there. That's my goal.
You know who I think we should get teaching Zumba to help his athletic performance?
Who's that?
Kevin.
Oh, absolutely.
If he taught Zumba, he would be a
If he taught
crazy
Zumba
MMA
the way
fighter.
he karaoke's, he'd be the best Zumba there's ever is.
No joke. If he did like cardio drumming, that would help him.
Yeah.
Because again, even better than Zumba. And I struggle with cardio drumming. It's not my favorite class to teach. Mostly because I'm super intimidated by the crowd because they're serious. They're super serious. And I just like to move and I can stay with the beat. But our cardio drumming crowds, they're serious.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. Like when I do my PFAs and I get somebody interested in cardio drumming, I tell them, I say, listen, I'm going to be really honest with you. It's not a class you're going to see me taking, but I literally love everything it does for you.
Yeah.
We talk about the coordination, the timing, the rhythm, all that stuff. And I mean, worst case, you go in there and you can't keep up and you go again and you get better, hopefully. That's
Just
what I tell them. Like,
yeah.
if nothing else, you're just going to get better at it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be better for you all around.
And you're not going to just, you're going to get better. You're going to get more coordinated. You're going to actually, again, you're using all systems. You're using you're going to get better balance. You're going to get better vision. You're going to get better coordination. You're going to get smarter. Like it's like luminosity, like physical, like, it's like
Yeah.
totally like,
It's like a puzzle game
yeah.
for
and
45
then,
minutes.
But then you're also going to feel good. So like you're not, you can't help, even when you goof off and you pretend to be doing it, you see, like, you smile, but like when you're actually putting all those together, your brain releases all sorts of happy chemicals. I just call them happy chemicals. So you start to feel better. So like if you're sad, go cardio drum, if you're like, or go to balance and mobility and practice your skaters. It
Yeah.
all works together to make you a happier, healthier person, which is our goal here, right?
Mhm.
Super, super cool. And that's our goal with like when we introduce these other programs, like we live in a community, obviously, we're in the villages. And so we've got people who are aging, but the reason why they move here is because they want to kind of defy that, right? They
Mhm.
choose to come here to be like active for the rest of their lives and make sure they've got a lot of rest left, a lot of rest of their lives left. And so these programs and these classes, I mean, ultimately it's giving them that. We have a lady at our Spanish Springs Cardio Drum who just turned 94. And it is, I always point her out to everybody. Like she's not on a walker. She's not on a cane. She's dancing. She's hitting that drum. She is amazing. She is who I want to be when I grow up. It's incredible. She's going to be 104, but
Yeah.
still doing the
No,
same
that's
thing. It's
awesome.
pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
So all that to say, like the more and more that we do and that we introduce, and it's not just cardio drum. I'm not on a cardio drum soapbox, although I do feel like,
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
mean,
say,
it'll make
you are
it.
sitting on a ball that we would use for cardio
That's
drumming.
right. I just need
I
some
mean, you are
sticks.
literally on what would be a cardio drumming soapbox.
That's pretty true. But the whole thing is the science behind the exercises that we introduce. Like we think of exercise like contracting a muscle and relaxing a muscle, picking something up, putting something down. It's very much a bro kind of thought to exercise, picking up your big old, your deadlift. That was pretty great on Facebook, by the way. You look tough.
Trying to win
You
some
are
money.
tough. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go for it. And and that's all well and good. But if we're looking at not but, I just said I was a positive person. I use the word but. And if we're looking at like improving our brain health, doing things that's going to actually make your muscles happier. You could lift more or lift freer. Like if your brain is happy, it's going to give you permission to have strength. If your brain's not happy, like sometimes it's not your muscles' ability to lift something and lift it up and put it down. It's whether or not your brain feels safe. And so a lot of times we can't walk. Like if you see somebody who's frozen because they've got Parkinson's or there's something, it's only because their brain, like it's got one job, right? Not to die. And so something, there's no connection, there's something not happening there. And their brain's like, I'm not feeling safe right now. And I don't want you to walk off a cliff or step on a coal or something that's going to be unsafe. So there's a talking connection that's from brain to body that's just disturbed. And therefore now we're glued our feet to the floor. And then you learn what to do when your brain doesn't feel happy. You learn something to make your brain happy, whether it's pick up a ball or whether it's step back or whether it's, step over something. And then your brain's like, oh, I'm happy now. You can walk again. But that's the same with weightlifting. We don't make our muscles strong to make our brain happy. We make our brain happy to make our muscles strong. So just focusing on brain health. And it doesn't have to be cardio drumming. It can be something like speed skating to music, and then just trying to get better and better at it. It can be reaction time drills. It can be a line board, just getting better at finding things, I call it physical crossword puzzles. When you do things that make your brain work hard and then your body work hard at the same time, you're going to now have a happier brain, which is going to give your body permission to do more things.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Physical
Yeah.
crossword.
Yeah, physical crossword
Yeah.
puzzle. I
Yeah.
like that. I do crosswords every day. It's like one of my favorite things to do on my phone. There's an app just for it built into the news part of your phone, and I do them. I love it. I try to get faster. I try to always beat like last week's Monday score. I'm like, I beat it. I'm better than that.
Now you just
Yeah.
need to do it like on one foot.
Yep.
Or one
while
foot
I'm
in front
on
of
the
the
stair
other.
climber.
Maybe not the stair climber.
I'll be okay on that thing.
You sure?
Yeah, I could do it.
I'm kind of nervous at the thought.
Nope.
The only thing more scary would be on the treadmill.
Yeah. Yeah, we shoot people off the back of those things 5 times a week.
Mhm.
We don't need anybody engaging in the Sudoku puzzle on the treadmill. We need to
But you're right.
disable that.
No. So
I'm like, don't even worry about the games on here. Just
Mm-mm.
if you want to watch TV, okay, but do not go into the games thing. Can't tell how many games of solitaire get interrupted because you get flung off the back of this thing. It's not worth it. So, yeah.
Then they want to finish it as they're laying on the ground
Yeah,
with
they're
the
like, oh,
EMTs.
heck,
Hold on, I gotta
yeah.
move.
I got 3 more cards to move. So yeah,
Oh, that treadmill.
yeah. I'm gonna move your camera real quick.
Okay.
Sorry.
After Kevin's fight with apple pie, he was pretty concussed. I had him doing some laser work.
Mhm.
After that, because he's having some dizziness issues and things, so we had him using the laser and fixating on targets and moving, and I don't know if it helped him or not, or if he continued it more than we did that session, but
It's hard to know if it helps because you probably didn't do like something to measure, right? Before
Right.
and afterwards. But I can guarantee you it helped.
Got
Like
better.
it didn't hurt, of
Right.
course. And he obviously got really good at karaoke right afterwards, you know,
Mhm.
so he didn't lose his
He
skill.
unlocked something in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you might have even actually gotten better at karaoke. Um, but it would be good for him. Like, ultimately, like, he would be a great test subject to do more vision training, more vestibular training, laser training,
Mhm.
which when we say laser training, that's simply using your vision, but you're guiding it with a laser so you can actually, you can see your target. You're not just putting your eyes, you can't cheat.
Yep.
Um, and then obviously, like if he does different ways of putting himself on an unstable surface at the same time, he's going to help his ability to not be pulled down to the ground quickly. You know, his spinal reflexes are will be improved. So
Mhm.
when you're doing it with him, have him go start on a pad and then go on a Bosu ball and do it all, and then one foot, the other foot, just see what happens.
Yep. And any of the Brownwood crew that's interested in this, like I did make the white hat
Yeah, the
with
laser
the
hat.
laser on top, the laser hat. So, feel free to use that. I think we should probably make some popsicle sticks again. Get
Yeah.
people interested in that again because it's like I shared in the last episode. Like it's just so easy to implement between exercises as like
Hmm.
active rest. Things that people can do at home. Like I encourage my clients to do it when they're brushing their teeth.
Hmm.
After they brush their teeth, take the toothbrush, and track
Yep.
track their eyes and focus and you know
Yeah.
what the hell? What's the
Yeah, why
worst?
not, right?
Just don't
Yeah.
fall down.
Yeah, just don't fall down.
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing when they're doing it in the bathroom, you've got the sink right there, you got the counter, so it's actually quite a safe surface
Yeah.
to kind of work because you've got a quick something that you can grab onto. And I like that you associate it with a habit that you do every day,
Hmm.
so it doesn't become an extra or a burden.
Yeah.
And it's the same like maybe the next trainer meeting I'll if I know in advance or the one of them I'll schedule to come to because even like sensory brushing, um, making that, I tell my clients, and even when people come to my office, I don't have clients now, but when they come to my office, underneath my desk, I have a whole slew of sensory brushes. So when people have neuropathy and they're like, what's the best thing for neuropathy? I give them the right classes, I connect them with the right trainer, and I'm like, and here's a sensory brush, and here's how you use it every day. And people do see change.
Hmm.
It's a really fantastic thing. So, um, but we'll do all that stuff. Let's get those popsicle sticks going
Yeah.
on, those little eyeballs on it. Keep your eye on the eye.
Yeah. It's
Be
interesting.
fun.
And you talked vision takes up 70% of your processing, right?
Hmm.
A good example was JP. JP suffers from functional neurological disease, and he was taking, want to say Tai Chi. There's some move in it where he could not stabilize his midsection doing this particular like marching drill.
Okay.
And so just part of me was like, have you tried it in front of a mirror? Because he can't
Mhm.
see his body. And he, again,
Yeah.
has this communication disconnect from his brain to his limbs. And it's tremendously improved. Like if anybody can understand how much JP has improved from the first day he came in here to interview, that I did not hire him. He was on a walker to what he's doing now. He's doing like
That was
the
amazing.
wheel
Hmm.
planks or
Yep.
whatever you call those. But then he did it like where he could see his reflection. And was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
And it's just like that little bit extra input.
Hmm.
And now like you're able to rewire,
Yep.
so like finding all those different ways that you can attack it, whether it be a popsicle stick, your reflection, a laser.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Tai Chi. So you said, and I love that JP takes Tai Chi. Tai Chi is actually one of those things that 100% of the people who like go into a Tai Chi program come out with better balance. And that's why JP started it. He wanted to improve his balance. And that's the reason behind that is actually because of the slow, because of the breath work, and because of the actually the atmosphere. It's actually first you train your brain to be happy and then your brain trusts your body. So you don't do any quick movements. You actually do slow movements, but actually makes your brain feel safe. So Tai Chi is actually brain centered exercise. And so it's like your brain now learns to trust your body. Because again, if your brain is afraid of falling, your
Yeah.
brain's not going to let you do the things that could make you fall, like lift one leg up. And so Tai Chi, with the first move in Tai Chi is simply emptying one leg, and they call it emptying a leg. And just even the verbiage helps you realize that you're not relying on that leg, and you're relying on the leg that's your base leg. And so even the sequence of Tai Chi is just absolutely centered around your your brain being happy and your brain feeling safe. And then now your brain's going to give you permission to do some crazy stuff that you maybe couldn't do if you're just trying to force yourself to do it.
Right.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's again, same like hate to keep going back to boring old balance mobility, but like with that we do like a heel toe walk.
Hmm.
6 steps forward, 6 steps back. And I always catch people either staring directly down at their toes or way out in front where they can't see their feet. And I always tell them, like, if you can just get your eyes in the position where you see your feet moving into the frame and you can still see what's in front of you, you give yourself a really good signal that I know what my feet are doing. I know what's in front of me. I can do this safely. And
Hmm.
it's cool seeing them as their eyes come down a little bit and they get right in that perfect spot. They start to like, "Oh, okay, I'm up tall. I'm walking just like you. Maybe not perfect, but significantly better." And
Hmm.
I'll tell them, like, if you want a little bit of a challenge, look up enough where your feet don't come into frame. You're going to have a real conversation with where they're going. And you'll see them like progress from like straight down to their toes. They kind of see it. And then whenever they're feeling real good, they're like, okay, oh, I'm looking up at the ceiling. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
there's a reason if you're asked to do this on the side of the road, they want you looking up. It makes it significantly harder. This
Yeah.
is not a test that's intended to be passed, regardless of what you've had to drink,
Yeah.
I said, but it can be improved through practice.
Your brain's understanding where your feet are in space.
Yep.
Yep. Well, and that's the
Really.
thing. Like when you don't challenge that, that's where the vision becomes more important.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Like having someone close their eyes and hold a balance. And if they don't have a good internal gyroscope, they're all over the place and they're relying completely on the eyes more so than they should be.
Hmm.
Yep. Yeah, that's one of the challenges I'll throw in for like standing marches. I'll tell them to close their eyes while we're doing them sometimes.
Hmm.
Like, hey, if you want to challenge it, like take this to the next level, close your eyes and you'll see them. Whoa, immediately.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
awesome. I love it. I'm like, open them. You, you
Yeah.
especially open your eyes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. So just last Tuesday of this week, I had a gentleman in my Parkinson's class, and we were going from shadow boxing to actual physical boxing, but I wanted to get them their heart rates down. So before we started physically boxing, and so I mean, the idea is to have this heart rate up, recover heart rate up kind of t- um, structure. And so for a second, we just did a little Tai Chi. We just shifted our weight, lifted up, lifted a heel, shifted our weight, lifted a heel. And he couldn't, he was trying to lift his whole leg up, right? So I was just showing him layers you can progress to lifting your heel, then to lifting your leg. And he got really upset because he couldn't lift his knee, he couldn't lift his knee. And so I encouraged him to stop, just simply shift, lift your heel, and just don't try to force it. And then just shift, lift your other heel. And he spent about 5 minutes while we were all boxing, hitting bags, just practicing back and forth. And then I looked over and the gentleman had his leg up in the air. He just gave himself a chance to like progress. His brain got happy instead of forcing it from one to the X. His brain was happy. He lifted his leg and you should have saw a smile. Like he hasn't balanced on one foot forever because his
Yeah.
brain never felt safe.
Yeah, that's
So he just
awesome.
took steps. It's pretty
That's
cool.
why I like the rope flow so much for that too, because you're moving the rope side to side and you're following your body with the rope, shifting your weight. And it's just
Mhm.
like this rhythmic,
Yeah.
almost like you're
That's
nursing a baby, like,
mhm.
it calms the nervous system. And like people, once they get used to that, they start walking a little different. They
Mhm.
start like when you go to a balance exercise, now it's like natural to balance, everything over the one leg.
Mhm.
So
That's
yeah, I think
awesome.
rope flow is awesome. Like if buy a bunch
Everyone
of
should do
ropes for
that.
your
Yeah,
Parkinson's
yeah.
group.
Yeah.
I do. I actually had a whole bunch of and I don't know where they've landed, so I'm gonna have to get them again. But I used to have from the dollar store jumping ropes. And they
Mhm.
could grab the two handles, and it was just enough. And we just do figure eights, right?
Yep.
Go back to side to side, and that worked really well. I haven't thought of that for a while since I don't even know where I put those. So I'm gonna have to redo that because that
Yeah.
is a massively wonderful exercise.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love incorporating those with my people.
Yeah.
I'll do a lot of coiling on the cables and stuff to kind of get them primed for, that big coiling movement. But once I give them the rope, they start to feel that. They're like, oh man, you can see them. Just like you said, like the brain responds with like a really happy
Hmm.
version of that rope flow and they really get into it and they start like, man, I'm moving across they're gliding across the room. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so to
Very
bring it
cool.
back to what's happening in your brain, so you're shifting your weight, right? So you're using one part of your brain that's required for stabilizing, and you're actually using your spinal stabilizers as well. And then your rhythm, so using the musical part of your brain, coordination. Like if there's music playing, even better. So it's like cardio drumming.
Yeah, I was gonna say it all comes back to cardio drumming.
All comes back to cardio drumming.
We're not on a cardio drumming soapbox,
Nope,
but we
no
just can't get off
soapbox.
of it.
No, it's amazing because it's not just cardio drumming, but
Yeah.
we're realizing that there's a lot of things that you can take all the check boxes of that same practice and use it. So you don't have to be a cardio drummer. You can find something else that makes your brain happy. just make your brain happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
That's it.
doing our PFAs, one of the biggest questions we get constantly with new members is, "What weight do I use?"
Hmm.
"What weight? What weight?" And I always tell them, I say, "I want you to start way too light. Like, I want you to make this really positive connection with moving weight where you go like, 'Oh, man, I'm stronger than this.
Hmm.
I'm too strong.'" If we start there, our brain creates this, like, really cool positive connection
Hmm.
with that particular movement instead of if we start too heavy, we make this really, like, just tiny little negative connection, like, "I'm not strong enough."
Right.
And it puts this, like, permanent, just 1% negative on that movement for the rest of your life. But if you start too light, you go, "Man, I'm stronger. Oh, man, look at me. I'm pretty good at this thing." And you move up a little bit and you build in progress immediately, and you create that positive reaction to exercise right off the bat.
Hmm.
I'd say always start too light. Worst case is an extra warm-up set,
Yeah.
but, like, it's gonna create positive responses to exercise instead of like, "Man, I'm not heavy enough to move that. I went, too big over here." Start light, move up really slow, have fun with it, and take time to, like, feel that progress as you move up. It's gonna create lasting positivity in exercise, and they'll come up like, "Oh, I do kinda enjoy this now." I'm like, "I
Hmm.
don't maybe it's not because you started too light, but maybe it is."
Yeah.
And it's cool.
Well, there's something with success, right? I mean, we all are motivated by like winning on something, if we can successfully do that, win a card game, whatever it is, like, but we're also demotivated by failure.
Yep.
And so, good on you. Like every trainer should set their clients for success and not for failure. And so that's awesome
Yeah.
for
I
sure.
I keep getting this weird, like, I don't know where it comes from, but this reminder that success is an attitude. It's almost like it's just a glowing neon sign on the side of our wall over there that I can only see right now.
Yeah.
But it is cool because it really is, you gotta set that attitude for success. Like,
Yeah.
we don't wanna say, "Oh, man, I need to get I'm not strong enough yet. It's like, I'm already this strong. How about that? Let's look at that sometimes." And, it's a fun way. Like I said, I always point at that thing when I'm talking to people and like, "Man, I'm doing it." I'm like, "Yeah, it's part of the attitude, you
Mhm.
know?"
And
Well,
I can remember trainers in the past where they would build up the PFA to a point where like, see, you suck, you don't know what you're doing, you need me,
mm,
instead of like, let's win together,
yeah.
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a weird version of, you can really just do it without me, which is not always the right answer. I may be a little bit too, self-sufficient on some of my PFAs, but at the end of the day, I mean, I would rather somebody walk out of here going like, "Man, I can do this,"
Yeah.
than going like, "Well, if I don't pay that guy all that money, I can't do it." I'm
Mhm.
like,
Well, as a
I'm
personal
okay with
trainer,
missing those sometimes.
yeah, and as a personal trainer, like, I mean, our goal, right, is to see our people love exercise. That we want them in the door
Yep.
7 days a week. And, so in a way saying my job is to make you an independent exerciser is an okay thing. I mean, they might
Mhm.
need to walk with you for a while, but
Yep.
what people tend to do, and I think, your lady, um, that sweet one, I was next to you one day with her and you guys became like, it's obvious you've got a relationship with her, and so to where she could be an independent exerciser, but she does more and better with you,
Mhm.
so like
Yep.
that's the goal. She feels better because she's with you.
Yeah.
And so she's very motivated to keep
Yep.
coming to be with you, which
Yeah,
is
that's why I always tell people, like, if I'm doing my job perfectly, I'm constantly working myself out of a job
Mhm.
where I've got you feeling strong enough, I've got you feeling independent, you've learned enough, you feel like you can do this on your own. That to me is as successful as anything I can do.
Yeah.
If I happen to get you for life, great. I like that too. There are some people that we know for a fact are gonna have a personal trainer until they stop working out because they've moved on to a nursing home or something. But other than that, like, I'm not hurt when you
Mhm.
move on. Like, I feel like I've done a good job.
As long as you keep coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, and
Yeah.
that's what I tell them, as long
Mhm.
as you don't move on to not showing up,
Yeah.
as
And
long
then
as you
I'm gonna hound you.
yep,
Then
that's
you're
what I
gonna
tell
need me
them.
for
Like,
life.
But statistics lean towards they're not coming in.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I am really good at, always reminding people, like, while you can do this on your own, what we see a lot of times is in that, between 2 to 4 weeks after you start the gym, you're either coming or you're not. We're gonna be able to see that kinda, and I say, "Just do me a favor, before you quit because you're not seeing results or you're not seeing progress or it doesn't feel like it's working, call me. Like,
Mhm.
talk to me again, and we'll get this thing figured out. Because if you're gonna do it on your own, you're gonna know within that first month probably if you're gonna be able to do this on your own. So don't stop coming. Make sure you call me or somebody else. Even if you don't like me, call somebody else. And get figured out what needs to be done.
Well, and even from us, like firsthand experience, like I know how easy it is to skip workouts,
Oh, yeah.
because I'm busy and I got other things to do. And, like I was going to come in early and work out here, but
Yeah.
Then you had to scrape your car.
I had to scrape my car,
You're like, oh.
but,
Yeah.
like if you had a workout partner or I was paying somebody and I had an appointment to be here, like that would solve a lot of the problems of me skipping workouts
Oh, big time.
or even like half budding workouts.
Yeah. Like I work here. So for me, it's one of those where like when I clock out, I'm ready to go. Unfortunately, I'm like, I've been here for a bunch of hours. I'm ready to get out of here.
Yeah.
And I have no excuse other than I just want to leave.
Yeah.
A lot of times, and I do work out at home a lot, but not nearly as much as I would if I just stayed here for an hour and a half
Mhm.
and did what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, if I was paying someone to keep me here for an hour and a half, I would definitely stay.
I think we all can benefit from
Yeah.
personal
Yep.
training
Absolutely.
or group exercise.
I was gonna say or like
Cardio drumming.
we just
Yeah,
had
cardio
cardio drumming. We just had a lady sign up the other day at the gym, and her son brought her to the gym. He was visiting her from out of state. Such a cool kid, paid for a gym membership, and then said, and now I want to meet with a trainer because I want to make sure she goes to the gym. And so we got her set up with a personal trainer. And then, of course, as group exercise manager and loving group exercise with the trainer, we scheduled 3 days a week with a trainer and then the other 3 days a week in a group exercise class. And so and now she's going to love class because she's going to, like social environment of classes. And we're going to start her with the soft foam rolling class because she's got some things she's working through. And then she's working with a trainer. So she has no choice.
Yep.
And she is excited and motivated. So 100% chance of her showing up 6 days this
Yeah.
week. So it's
Mhm.
pretty cool.
It was cool. Jimmy just like handed me one of a client that he had signed up because his son came in, exact same kind of scenario. And from what I gathered from like Jimmy's conversation with the son, dad was gonna possibly be a little resistant, be a little bit, maybe stubborn about some stuff. Dude, this guy is 100% the best attitude out of any client I've got. He is so excited to be here. I'm usually having to like slow him down a little bit,
That's
because
cool.
he's like just going so hard. I'm like, whoa, Mike, like if I take my hand off your back, you're gonna fall over. Like, let's slow down a little bit. Like, let's, kind of remember where we are and where we're going. But like I was immediately after talking to Jimmy, I was like, all right, it's gonna be, pulling teeth to get this. Nope, this guy is ready to run. Like he's mad
Nice.
that he's got to go so slow, but it's cool because he's in here twice a week. I'm trying to get him into balance and mobility, but it interferes with his golf schedule.
What about Tai Chi?
Tai Chi, yeah,
Monday, Friday.
yep, I know that's one of those
Yeah.
where it'd be nice to plug him into.
Yeah.
But he wants to stay moving outside of here so
That's
much,
cool.
which I'm like, hey, as long as you're staying busy and active, like at least give me 2 days a week. I'd
Mhm.
love to see you 2 days with me and 2 days in class.
Yeah.
And he's really looking at like, okay, what's this balance and mobility thing?
Yeah. That's cool.
So that'd be cool.
Well, gentlemen,
Shout out Mike Perna.
You have to get going.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, thank you for coming.
I'm glad that you
Yeah, we're
had
so
me.
glad to
It's
have you.
great.
Yep.
So the moral of this conversation, make your brain happy.
Yep.
Not by lifting weights. I mean, lifting weights is because your brain is happy. But find that cardio drum
Yep.
that works for you.
Okay. I say next trainer meeting, we just do a cardio drumming class.
Yeah.
February, because we already got January scheduled. February, let's just throw us all in a room and cardio drum. I think it'd be awesome.
I think Kevin will love it.
Yeah.
He's going to pop that ball, guaranteed. Those sticks are going straight through it. Well, cool. Well, again, thank you so much, Tammy. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it. And we can't wait to have you back on.
Yeah, it's been a
100%.
minute since we had a guest too.
Yep. I got Amy and Allison are dying to get on.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Interesting.
They cornered me
Cool.
at the holiday party and told me that they should be on because we've only had male guests. And I said, I actually think we've had significantly more female guests
Yeah.
than we have male. So, but that's okay. We'll give them their run.
Yep.
I'm fine with it. All
That'll be
right.
fun.
All right. Thanks, Tammy.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jimmy.
See you guys.
See you.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.